Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in real quick. Now listen, I saw a thing about a man. Somebody sent me a video about a man who to his woman with a sword. I think he said in the street, and that's very, very scary. It's real. It's really out there, but I've been seeing these a lot. You know, from you all. You sent me a video of the man who took the life of the woman who has 6 children. Another man who took, I think it was his 3 kids or his 2 kids and himself, took the lives. And it really just has me thinking about men and mental health, because what you have to realize is these men are grown men. Like these men have lived and functioned. Like they made it through kindergarten and 5th grade and 8th grade. They got through high school. Some of them get through college. I was just watching last night on the streaming app Dr. Death. This man went to college, went to med school, went to all of this stuff, and was just taking the lives and ruining lives of people through surgery. And he knew nothing about surgery and had no conscience. And here's the thing, I haven't seen the equivalent of Dr. Death in the female version, the woman version. The men that we're seeing, all of these different men that's taking the lives of their girlfriends. We saw it now. We just saw it with the woman and the man who took the life of the man. The lady from the OnlyFans model, as they call it on the news. We saw that. So we know it happens both ways, but it just doesn't happen as equally, or it's not shown equally. And we have to think about this. And the reason why I'm speaking to you on this is because I'm a man and I have mental health issues, in the sense of I feel and think and move, and I could tell, like, living with myself, I understand how men think. But seeing how productive I am in the world, seeing my income level, seeing my impact level, seeing my influence level, seeing my family and what God has helped me to build, but yet still knowing as a man that I'm capable of taking a life, yet still knowing as a man what I'm capable of, and understanding that I have to walk with Christ. Like, I have to believe in something. I have to believe that Christ died on the cross and rose again, and have a savior for me to stay on the right path. Like, just me left to myself, I would most likely be like what these rappers are rapping about. Because when we listen to these rappers, we're hearing these rappers rap about the lives that they are taking of their ops, all the different lives that have been taken. And I mean, almost all of them rapping about taking life. Listen, this is real. This is real. And I want y'all to understand that this is very real. A lot of times we just think this stuff is just fairy tale. We think this stuff is just, oh, it's just people talking. Oh, that's a wild case. No. This is a lot of men. This is a lot of men. And that's why I say you have to be careful. You got to be careful when you're dealing with people, especially with men. So it's like this. It's times I want to go off on the road, but I realize me pulling up beside this man and flicking him off could end my life, because I don't know where he is mentally. So I have to ask myself, and I got a picture being put in my casket and my wife and my sons at my funeral, because I don't know where this man is mentally. It don't mean that I can't whoop him. It don't mean that I'm scared of him. It's that I respect the mind. I understand the mind. A man flicked me off in traffic the other day. Think because I was merging and merged in front of him and he got around me. The next time I was trying to merge, he'd pull up so I couldn't merge and then he flicked me off. I said to myself right then, I said, if I had me a gun, I probably would have rolled down this window and shot at his tire, shot at his window. I said that. Now, would I have done that? I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I probably would have thought about my life, thought about my family, thought about everything and talked myself off the ledge. But that's what's happening. Like, we seeing this happen in traffic. Watch your news. Watch your news. They showing you white men in their 40s, 50s doing this. Hispanic men, black men, Asian men. They showing you all kind of men of all races and all walks of life losing it. They showing men getting killed at youth sports events by another man. They showing men getting killed in the movie theater from an argument over a phone light. I think it was an ex-sheriff or ex-police deputy or something that took the life of a man because the man would not turn off his phone light. He was texting and the light was glowing in the dark and the man wouldn't turn it off. And the man took his life because the man was packing. This man had lived his whole life as a productive citizen. One of the most respected jobs in the world is being able to be a police officer. Retired and then take the life of a man over a phone light. I want y'all to understand that the mental health of men has always been in a bad state. It's always been in a bad state. And the reason being, it's a lot that goes into it, and you got, doctors and people who study, but this is how I look at it. The reason way I look at it is the way God made us. And God made a man to conquer. God made a man to rule, to have dominion over earth. So when God made Adam and he said, you got dominion over earth, this man got to be badder than a bear. This man got to be badder than a lion. This man got to be badder than a shark. This man got to be badder than a cheetah. This man got to be badder than a tiger. This man got something in him that is ticking and it could be dangerous. If it's not channeled the right way, it could be dangerous. Listen to me. And then the devil, I ain't gonna say the devil. The devil. The ignorant thing that happens is women trying to be like men. Listen, you don't want to be a man. You do not want to be a man. It is not that sweet. Women say, oh, men could do it. Why can't I do it? Listen, you want to sleep around unprotected without thinking of the repercussions? That is stupid. And that's what we do as men. You want to get in a fight and potentially lose your life or take somebody's life over a parking space? That is stupid. That's what we do as a man. Now listen, I'm a boxing fan, but when you really think about boxing, it don't make sense that we get in a ring, in a square, and punch each other in the face with vitriol, hate, anger, pain. Can you imagine what some men done been through in their life? Can you imagine the anger a man has if his father abandoned him? If he was taken advantage of as a little boy? Can you imagine the anger that man has? And then he is allowed to legally get in a square circle or get in an octagon and put hands on another man with all his might. The stuff we do it really doesn't make sense. So you got to understand what you're dealing with when you're dealing with a man. And the reason why I'm speaking on this is because I want men to understand ourselves. I want men to understand ourselves. And so I'm coming into a place in my life to where I got to do whatever it takes for my mental health. When I get off this here video, I'm finna go walk. And I'm gonna walk, I might walk 4 miles. 2 miles one way, 2 miles back. When I get back, my joints is hurting, my hamstring is hurting, my hips are hurting. But that walk relaxed me. It let me think. It puts me at peace. And then I'll come and I'll turn on some music. I might put on feel good music, which is just, the little songs, little pop songs and stuff, no cursing. Or I might put on gospel music. Then I might get in my car and just ride around the city and just thinking. Then I might give a speech to a team in my mind, preparing. I got a speech to a team next Friday, then I got a speech to a team the Monday after that. So I get them speeches. It'll be 2 different speeches. I get them speeches. I got to do whatever I got to do for my mental health. And I used to come to a place, I used to be at a place where I was the type of person where I feel bad of wanting me time, wanting alone time, because I didn't want to make my wife feel like I didn't want to be around her or I don't love her. But I come to the place to where I say, listen, that's codependent if I feel like that. Like, I need my time alone. I need my space. And so does she need hers. And I want to encourage her to take hers too, like I'm going to take mine. And let's not do this out of spite. Let's not do this out of pettiness. Let's do this out of necessity because we need this. But a lot of times when we get in a relationship, we become codependent and don't even realize it. And so what's happening is men's mental health is going down bad. Because for one, men don't want to talk. Men don't want to talk to nobody. Men don't want to be vulnerable. Men don't want to tell nobody our business. We don't want to trust nobody. So that's one. And then 2, what we feed ourselves, it just exacerbates the situation. So when a man is gambling, it's making his life worse. When a man doing drugs, it's making his life worse. When a man is into pornography or sleeping around, fornication, adultery, it's making his life worse. So the things we get into, it just makes it worse. It numbs us for a minute, for a little bit, and then when it comes back even harder. Instead of having real releases and real outlets and real activities and things that we're doing that will release the chemicals we need to be released into our body, that will rewire, retrain our brain, that will give us some new tools and some new things to do. Instead of having that, we take and we suffer in silence. And we go through all these things and we don't put things in place like an accountability partner, a life coach. Why y'all think I created my mentor.life? Every man watching this, every woman watching this, go to my mentor.life and hire you a coach on there. Hire you a coach that you could talk to once a week. If you say I only can afford $100 a week, then get a coach that's $25 an hour. It's less about the coach. The coach is not a guru. The coach just listening. So it's less about the coach. It's more about you. It's more about you talking, you expressing. This is a necessity. This is what we need. We don't understand this. Guess what? I got a coach, and fortunately, my coach is my father. And he shoot it to me straight. And I've been talking to my daddy about every day. And to God be the glory, he's still living. But one day, my father going to be gone, and I'm going to have to hire me a coach, a therapist. Now, and I take care of my daddy. I don't, so supposed to be, oh, well, Tony, you ain't doing the same thing. No, I got my daddy a car note. My daddy got a car that I got him that I pay $2,200 a month. So my coach get paid $2,200 a month. So don't think I'm taking the cheap way out now. But my brand and where I am in life is different. So I just can't talk to anybody because I also understand human nature. So if I go to a therapist, I'm at risk. Whereas if you haven't built the brand yet, the therapist just gonna see you like, another client. But if I go to a therapist, he or she is going to see me as a big fish. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything. It's just the way it is. They're going to see me as a big fish. They're going to see me as somebody who online helping people. And then if I'm going them for help, they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what he dealing with. This is what he thinking about. This is what he going through. Then they're going to take my business and they're going to go talk to their hairdresser or their husband or wife or their best friend. It's just human nature. Even if you don't have a brand, you haven't built a brand, if you got something juicy, somebody getting told about your business, it just might not matter because the person getting told don't know you. You see what I'm saying? So that is a part of it. And that's why men, and that's human nature. Now, I know everybody and their mama, oh, confidentiality. I swore to confidentiality. I never. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations for telling that lie in the comments. Okay, congratulations. Now, it's a handful of people who they'll be confidential. Like with me and with my clients, I don't even talk to my wife about it. Reason why, we just be so busy. It's not that I don't want to tell her. It's not that, I can't tell her. It's just that we be so busy, I don't tell her. Now, if some come and it's real juicy, yeah, I will go to the client. Now, she don't know the person. She don't know their name. She don't know who they are. Yeah, I will go to the client. Client say, and she really not even listening to me. She really don't care because there's no connection. But I'm sharing with y'all that other side of this, of the professional, is like, don't think you finna hire a therapist and talk about you just robbed the bank and you ain't going to prison. No, that therapist finna tip that off. You hear me? So this is another reason why a lot of men don't talk. Because, and so what I recommend doing, if you in that space, and I done did this before, is just using an alias. And people do that to me. They'll book me for coaching, but because they got a brand or because they got a high-powered job or because they basically use a Jane Doe or a John Doe name. And they'll talk to me about their situation, but they don't want to let me know like what the state they live in, the city they live in, their occupation, but they'll talk to me about their situation. So then I'm none the wiser. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know if this person is a CEO of Google. I don't know who it is, but I know she might be getting hands put on her by her husband. I know that, but I don't know that she got 1 million followers online because she using a Jane Doe. And so you can do that as well. But so get this help for yourself. Coaching, therapy. I've done therapy and it sounded the same as coaching. It sounded the same as coaching. It wasn't a diagnosis or like labels or anything like that. It sounded like coaching. And so it's really up to you and what you need. But get this help for yourself. But pay attention to when you meet somebody if they need that help. Listen, pay close attention. If they need that help, listen to me. If they need that help, pay attention. Early. Anything that set your spirit off, get distance. A lot of times your spirit gets set off and you ignore it. And when you ignore it, you're going to pay a price. You got to love yourself first. You got to put yourself first. Don't be caught up talking about, oh, I don't want to leave him because he has been abandoned by all his family. He has no family. And I know he curses at me and controls me and tells me what I can and can't wear, who I can and can't talk to. But that's just because he's caring and he's really loving. He'll bend over backwards. He'll do anything for me. So it's like when he gets extremely mad, I understand that he's choked me or slapped me, but it's just, he just has a little anger issue and he's just so passionate about me. And that's why he does it. That's what women be telling themselves. Listen, that man will kill you. Listen, you will wake up dead. Listen to me. You will wake up dead. And if you've been living in fornication, you probably will wake up in hell. You ain't been living right and doing the right thing. Not only will your life be taken by the man that you're trying to be a hospital for, but you might wake up in flames for eternity. So don't do both. If you're not gonna live right, if you ain't gonna live right, definitely don't be with a man who could take your life. And let me tell you something. Every man is capable of taking your life. Every man is capable of taking. There is not a man in the world that is not capable of taking your life. Every man. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how funny he is. I don't care what his race is. I don't care what his religion is. Do not play with crazy. If you sense this man got something off, and especially when he going off and you ain't did nothing wrong, like you perfect, like you doing everything right, you got to go. You got to go. Now, some men crazy is only activated. Some men only crazy when activated, when provoked. And some men crazy for no reason. So listen to me. See, the thing about it is, almost any man will take a life if he catch his woman cheating on him. And we don't know how he built. We don't know who life will be taken. Some men, he gonna take the life of the man who she was cheating with, because he feel like that's gonna hurt her for one, and then two, he making him pay a price for violating his territory, his space. Some men gonna take the life of the woman because he may be either afraid of the man, or he feels like it's the woman's fault because she did it, and that the man is not at fault because she did it. Some men will take the life of the children because he wants to hurt her, and he wants her to be tormented for the rest of her life for cheating on him. And if he take her life, then she can no longer feel any pain. But if he take the life of somebody she loves, she have to live in pain the rest of her life. And he's doing that for her because of the action that she took. Some men are activated by it or provoked by that, and they will do that. And so you have to be able to take, so you, for one, if you're going to be in a relationship with a man, don't play with the man. If you need to cheat, then leave. If you need to cheat, leave. If you need to lie, leave. Leave. Do not play with that man. Do not play with that man. And yes, we hope that men would do the same thing. We hope men would do the same thing. But the reason why men don't do the same thing is because women ain't took enough lives. Women ain't shown that if you mess with me, you're going to lose your life. Women ain't shown that. If that start happening, then you're going to see more men stop cheating and start leaving. But see, what women have shown traditionally is cry, yell, scream, fuss and fight, and stay. So men have nothing to fear. But y'all see how men handling it. You see on the news every day how men handling anger. So that lets you know, don't play with it. Don't play with it. You don't get an award for playing with it. You don't get no kudos and no cookies for playing with it. Don't play with it. Yes, it's a double standard because of how we wired. Women not wired to be as irrational as men are. So that's what creates the difference. So don't say, oh, well, how you asking me to leave, but you're not, if I want to cheat or lie, but you're not telling the man to leave. I am telling the man to leave. It's just that the man feel like he don't have to leave because he done cheated and lied and you done stayed. I'm telling you to leave, not because you less than, not because I want it to be a double standard, but because I want you to keep your life. I want you to have your life and your health. That's why I'm telling you to leave. So soon as you, and listen, if a man crazy enough to kill, He gonna show that typically within the first 3 to 6 months. As soon as you recognize that, leave. Leave. It's too many men in the world. There's billions of men in the world. Leave. Leave. Stop playing with it. Stop letting the man cuss you out, put hands on you, control you, dog you, and calling it love, calling it passion, calling it relationship. You are going to wake up dead. Listen to me. Your children will be without a mama if you got kids. Your niece and nephew will be without an auntie. Your parents will be without a daughter. Your friends will be without a best friend. If you playing with a man that's showing these signs, you will wake up dead. Listen to me. I'm not playing with you. That's why I come on here to share this PSA. Listen to me. Leave. Leave. And if he wants you, can he change? Yeah, a man could change. But it take deep work. It take deep work. That man got to be committed to that work. Like you really need to be on the phone or sitting in the session with him while he doing the work so you know he in there. Like the work got to be verified. The work got to be verified. Like it got to be, you talk to the therapist, you talk to the coach, and they check in. They got to check in and let you know every time he done a session. If you have hope that this man could change, if that's the gamble you gonna take, then make sure he do the work. Now, if you take the gamble and the man ain't doing the work, you gonna wake up dead. I'm here to tell you now. I'm here to tell you now. Listen, and I'm talking about the men with the most measure. The men with the most measure. I'm telling you now, will lose it all. Will lose it all, myself included. I'm telling you. I'm trying to let you know a lot of women don't understand men at all. A lot of women don't know men at all. And all I be seeing women talk about, well, a man of God will never do that. Because the Bible say be slow to anger. Every man in the Bible was a killer. Every man of God was a killer. What is you talking about? Every man is a killer. Listen to me. But this man got to be tamed by God. This man got to be renewed. This man got to have a routine of excellence. Listen, if you get with a man and his routine is weed, video games, or lean, Percocet, gambling, club, strip club, run. Run. This man need to have a routine of healthy food. Majority of the time, we all gonna eat healthy sometime, unhealthy. This man need to have a workout routine, a feeding his mind routine, a eating healthy routine, a good sleep routine. This man need to have a routine of health and wellness if you want to be safe. If this man got a jump routine, his life gonna be jump. And he gonna turn your life into jump. Listen to me. Don't play with it. Do not play with it. Because there is a price to pay. Do not play with it. You will lose everything. You will lose everything. If not your life, you will lose everything else that you have. You will lose it all. If you play with a man that is not mentally stable and you calling it passion and love and whatever else you calling it, you'll lose it all. He'll take it one by one. And a lot of men will take your life. And listen, it get real out here. It get real out here. And it don't have to be over nothing big. A man take your life over a text message between you and another man that he deems inappropriate. Your life will get took. Listen to me. And don't say, well, I would never do that. That's not fair. Listen, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. My daddy told my sister one time, Tisha, don't get mad if you hit somebody and they hit you back harder. So he cheated and you forgave. So you think you're going to cheat and get forgave. No, you may cheat and lose your life. Don't think that he going to handle it just the way you handle it, because that's how you handle it. That was your choice. That was your upbringing. That was your stability that allowed you to handle it like that. He might not be that same way. So understand this when I'm telling you this. Listen to me now and save your life and get out that relationship. Hey, this Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Oh, the course of the week, streams of income. Make sure you go to TonyGaskinAcademy.com, put the link in the description, and get that stream of income. It's the second course on the page. And also the life coach certification. Aspiring coaches, you want to get on mymentor.life and help other people in their life with their mental health and whatever. Make sure you take the life coach certification on TonyGaskinAcademy.com. As soon as you finish, get your headshot, get your bio written, and then you jump on mymentor.life and start helping other people. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.